what's up?
Sometimes, I think Keyshia Cole forgets that she's Keyshia Cole. Keyshia Cole, with just her first album, is a legend. She came out swinging back-to-back no-skip albums that had her fans in a complete chokehold. The vocals, the pain, the pen, it's immaculate. Honestly, I really thought by now she'd be on Mary J. Blige status because that's just her lane. That's the crown that I thought she was gunning for, raw emotion and real life storytelling. But somewhere along the way, things kind of shifted for her. But to be fair, by the time her third album dropped, R&B was already starting to get pushed to the back burner. The oots oots dance pop wave was already taking over the radio, and unless you had that fist-pumping EDM track or a Pitbull feature, you were getting phased out. It was a weird and difficult time for a lot of R&B artists. The industry stopped prioritizing soul and substance, and a lot of artists who couldn't or wouldn't make the pop crossover ended up just getting left behind and forgotten like they weren't the biggest thing in music. Keyshia not only had talent, but she had an it factor because she was relatable to a lot of black girls who could see themselves in her. Not only in her music, but her upbringing. But suddenly the game changed on her mid-play. It seemed like Keyshia Cole forgot who she was and how far she's come because the industry treats her like she didn't contribute to music with timeless hits. Keyshia Cole started singing at a young age. She knew MC Hammer and convinced him at just 13 years old to do background vocals for him for his music. But as a teenager, she was already slowly moving up. She was already engulfed in the Bay Area music scene, having friendly relationships with huge artists like Tupac. Making so many connections in the industry, it didn't take long before Keyshia got signed and started recording her own music. Her first album is considered an R&B classic. The odds were completely in her favor. She had the right team, and it's fairly easy to understand why that album became a timeless hit. But before we get into that, let's talk about ScentBird. Today, I want to talk about something that can totally transform your vibe, the right fragrance. Now, you all know how much I adore trying out new beauty products, and this month has been an aromatic adventure for me. And that's where ScentBird comes in handy. They offer a monthly subscription that lets you explore over 900 authentic designer and niche fragrances. Each month, you receive an 8mm vial providing over 120 sprays. I have gotten some incredible scents that I'm truly excited to share with you. One that truly resonated with me is Dorce Une Rose. It's a luxurious take on the classic rose that makes me feel like a pretty flower. I'd say it's a pretty good everyday scent if you want to try it out. My other fave is Ambrosia Imperial. The first notes are a sweet banana scent, which is a good scent to layer. I love these fragrances because it really enhances my everyday life. They allow me to express my mood and personality just from a little whiff. Whether I'm filming a video or going out with my friends or just relaxing, it feels good to smell good. Now, if you're curious to find your perfect scent, I have an amazing offer for you. You can get 55% off your first month just by using my promo code Clarissa55 or by scanning the QR code on the screen. And by using my promo code, you can get your first scent for just $8 a month and $16.95 for your next month. It's such an easy way to explore new scents. Make sure you use my promo code Clarissa55 for an awesome deal. The way it is blended well. It had R&B, hip-hop, soul, with features from Jadakiss, Eve, Jules Santana, and having writers like John Legend, Alicia Keys, and productions from Kanye West and Sean Garrett. I'm just gonna say it again. The album was destined for success, and successful it was. It's probably the most popular R&B debut of all time. This one album alone is like Lauryn Hill's album. She can tour and live the rest of her life off of this album. That's how impactful it was to her career. The Way It Is had 4 official singles, all of which landed in the top 40 on the R&B and hip-hop charts. I Changed My Mind, To Be Over, I Shoulda Cheated, and Love.
I changed my mind. I just want it to be over. I just want it to be over. I might as well have. I might as well hold it.
But let's also take a moment to factor in Keyshia's signature look. Keyshia was not only beautiful, but she had a distinctive look that worked in her favor. Ginger and blonde was Keyshia Cole. Whether she was rocking all ginger with a blonde patch or ginger and a blonde beige, blonde with ginger and a bang-yang, it really didn't matter because Keyshia Cole was the inspiration to that color combo. Keyshia continued her reign by featuring on Give It Up To Me with Sean Paul for the Step Up movie. The song reaching number 3 on the Billboard 100. To keep up with Keyshia's momentum from her first album, she signed a deal with BET, which introduced her reality show called Keyshia Cole The Way It Is. The show delved into her career and personal life, highlighting the raw and unscripted struggles within her family dynamics. It was centered around Keyshia and mostly her mother, Frankie Lawrence, and her sister, Neffy. Her mother, Frankie, battling a long-standing addiction and recently been released from jail while the filming began, adding layers to the complexity to their interactions, and Neffy navigating her own path faced with challenges of raising a family, while Keyshia was the glue that held everything together, being the breadwinner for the family. The show was very authentic and resonated with many viewers. It portrayed the difficulties of coping with a parent with substance abuse and the emotional strain of being the breadwinner for the family, providing financial support to family members that weren't used to the wealth. In other words, it brought in a lot of drama for BET and became BET's highest rated show after the first season. But for fans of Keyshia, it was very clear that the tension between her and her sister, Neffy, ran way deeper than what most people saw on the surface. If you go back and watch season 2 of the show, you'll see just how much Keyshia stepped up for her family. She took on a full motherly role, bringing her mom Frankie, her sister Neffy, Neffy's 4 kids into her home. She didn't just open up her door, she opened up her life to them, trying to keep everyone close and give them some stability. But over time, the cracks started to show. Living under one roof with all the unresolved trauma, addiction, and emotional baggage turned into a lot for Keyshia to carry. She had just broken into the industry and was juggling her own pressure while trying to be the glue that held a very fractured family together. Eventually, the emotional weight became way too much. The show stripped away the celebrity polish and showed Keyshia as a real person, dealing with real life problems that fame and money couldn't fix. The show didn't necessarily help her career, but it didn't hurt it either. The second season of the show was just as successful as the first. That's when she decided to drop her second studio album, Just Like You, in 2007. And you could say it was a major step up in both sound and visibility. The album was sticking to the formula that made fans fall in love with her in the first place. The project gave her the kind of commercial and critical success that many artists dream of. The lead singles were Let It Go, I Remember, and Heaven Sent.
Then let it go. I remember when my heart broke. I'll be the one who you believe in your heart is sent from heaven.
She also had a popular song with Diddy called Last Night, which became a worldwide success, reaching top 10 in over 5 countries. As Keyshia started moving up, people started calling her the next Mary J. Not because they sounded the same, but because their impact felt similar. Mary J gave us My Life, and it helped a generation of women process pain. And Keyshia gave us Just Like You, and it did something similar for a younger audience growing up in the early 2000s.
And tell me about these comparisons to Mary J. Blige. Everybody's saying she's the new Mary J. Blige. What does that feel like?
I don't know. I love Mary. She is so powerful, and you know, she's a wonderful figure to be like. For, you know, people to compare me to her, I definitely believe that strength. But yeah, I don't know if I'm the next Mary. That's
well, I think
Keyshia at one point openly admitted that the comparisons bothered her. She felt like she was just trying to tell her story, but people kept boxing her in as the new Mary J. Meanwhile, Mary had worked decades to build her name and wasn't exactly eager to be replaced or referenced as someone else's blueprint every time a new artist came up. Despite those sensitive feelings, neither one of them ever let it get messy. There was no public beef, no diss records, no shady interviews, because deep down they both understood each other. Now, Keyshia did ask Mary to collab a few times and Mary said no, but Again, there's no hard feelings. Now it's the third season of Keyshia Cole The Way It Is. It's continued to dominate as the highest rated series in BET history, but even with all that success, Keyshia made it clear that she was ready to step away from the show, despite how much it did boost her visibility, whether it was good press or bad press. She stated in an interview, "I originally did it so people could see where I came from and understand that you can overcome any adversity. But hopefully this is the last season. I think I've had enough." After years of carrying the emotional weight of her family's struggles on national television, Keyshia was ready to close that chapter for her piece. But her mother and sister had different plans and weren't ready to let go. Following the conclusion of Keyshia Cole The Way It Is, Keyshia's mother Frankie and sister Neffy embarked on their own reality TV journey with a spin-off series Frankie and Neffy, premiering on BET on August 25, 2009. The show aimed to delve deeper into their personal lives independent of Keyshia's spotlight. However, this move was not without controversy. Reports indicated that Keyshia was very displeased with the spinoff. She viewed it as an attempt by her family to exploit their personal lives for public consumption.
So I'm really proud of the reality show in that form.
Did you just recently, because I know they were going to do their own reality show. Like
They did do their own reality show.
It just didn't get picked up.
What happened?
I don't think, what was this thing where they said that you kind of...
No, I wasn't with it.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't with it at all because it was a lot going on as far as like I started to notice that a lot of alcohol would be in the room. And if we going, it's like, come on, dude, like y'all already know what it is. Like y'all trying to set my mom up, y'all trying to set my sister up. I'm not with that. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna show growth. We're not gonna continue on the same road that we've been. Like it's not showing anyone anything. Like what are we trying to do? What are we trying to get accomplished? So I always kept that when Mimi told me that.
Keyshia Cole's third album, A Different Me, was released in 2008. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, and it went on to achieve platinum status, with singles like Play Your Cards Right, You Complete Me, and Trust. Now, if you know Keyshia, then you know she's had a rough love life. She was dating Jeezy for a few years and even proposed to him, which didn't go well on her end. Keyshia's fourth album, Calling All the Hearts, was released in 2010. The album debuted at number 9 on the Billboard 200, with lead singles like I Ain't Through, Long Way Down, and Take Me Away. Although this is a good album, it wasn't personally my favorite. The best track in my opinion is Take Me Away. By this time, Keyshia was back in the dating field. Keyshia married former NBA player Daniel "Booby" Gibson in 2011, and later that same year, the couple welcomed their son, Daniel Gibson Jr. On the outside, their relationship seemed picture perfect, an R&B star and a professional athlete building a family together. But behind the scenes, their marriage was unraveling. Not long after their union, Daniel turned out to be a cheater pumpkin eater. In an interview with People, Keyshia revealed that her son was the main reason why she stayed in the relationship longer than she should have. She wanted her son to be in a 2-parent household, which isn't wrong on her part, but she couldn't deal with the amount of cheating that was going on. Ultimately, Keyshia separated from him in 2013, but filed for divorce in 2017 after years of emotional strain. She admitted it wasn't easy letting go, especially trying to preserve a sense of normalcy for her child. But choosing her peace meant finally walking away. During this rough period, heartbreak was calling Keyshia's name, and she released her 5th studio album, Woman to Woman. The album debuted on number 10 on the Billboard 200, with the lead single being Enough of No Love, which is definitely a small comeback for Keyshia. Sorry that her broken heart blessed our ears. In promotion for the album, Keyshia and Daniel did a short-lived reality show on BET, but it didn't do much. Either way, Keyshia continued to release music and started appearing more in the spotlight during interviews. One interview in particular was on 106 in Park, where Bow Wow asked her how does it feel to be a black girl that rocks, and Keyshia Cole made sure to correct him by letting the audience know that she was biracial.
What does that mean to you, you know what I'm saying, to be a black girl that rocks? Like, what does that mean for you? Because you know a lot of young women, they look up to you. You know what I'm saying?
True. I'm biracial. Yeah, okay, but it's okay. I'm black. I'm black.
And Keyshia got a lot of backlash for this. For one, Keyshia was an inspiration to a lot of black girls, so it kind of threw some people off by how she responded to the question. We do have to factor in that too, it's not entirely her fault, because Keyshia never knew who her father was. That was a mystery within itself, and it's been a main subject since Keyshia even appeared on TV from her reality show. Frankie, her mom, who was a drug addict and a hasn't been honest with Keyshia. She told Keyshia that her father was an Italian man, which turned out to not be true.
My fans are really upset. They think that when I repeated that I'm saying that I'm not black, which is not the truth.
Black is a color, first of all, so don't listen to that.
Okay, but can you explain so they can get off the back about it?
Today, December 11th, you are saying on record that Keyshia's father is an Italian, Caucasian, who has passed away, and Keyshia has never seen a picture of him. She's never seen.
But we can get the picture. He had his own bar and grill. It's called Pal Joy's.
Really?
It was at East Lawn.
Guys, as a young girl, I looked up Pal Joy's. I called 411. Y'all remember that?
It's in
I called
San Jose.
a bunch
It's
of
in
times.
San Jose. I'm not gonna wait.
Does he have
First
family?
she told me it was in Los Angeles, guys. And I called Los Angeles, and it was not one there.
Her real father turned out to be a well-known boxing coach, Virgil Hunter, and they've since reconnected. Keyshia released her album Point of No Return in 2014 and 1111 Reset in 2017. Both albums had moderate success, but isn't as well known as her other albums. Outside of her music, Keyshia has been in the headlines for other topics. OT Genesis, who had a viral song, Cut It, decided he wanted to make a Crip remix to her famous song Love. Well, Keyshia was not too happy about this at all. The song went viral and OT Genesis had to apologize for his unauthorized remix. Aside from her music, Keyshia has more so been in the limelight for her poor dating choices. For a while, Keyshia was dating Birdman. Yes, Birdman. She was deep in a relationship, but unfortunately ended up getting some bad press because of it. One day, things took a dramatic turn when Keyshia showed up unannounced to Birdman's LA condo and found another woman there. Not Keyshia.Keyshia from Oakland. So you can only imagine what she did when she found the girl there. So she fought her, got arrested, and the woman sued Keyshia and got a $100,000 payment. This caused Birdman to break up with her. And can you believe that? Birdman broke up with her. In 2018, she went public with her new boo, Nico Cale. Now, Nico was an up-and-coming artist who was 14 years her junior. At that time, Nico was just 22 years old while Keyshia was 36. The age gap raised a few eyebrows, but the couple didn't seem to care. They appeared genuinely happy and in love, eventually welcoming their son in 2019. But eventually, they broke up soon after. Keyshia started dating ex-NFL player Antonio Brown. Their fling hit the blogs hard in 2022 when Keyshia teased a new collab called Don't Leave and appeared to have gotten an AB tattoo right above her lower back. That alone had folks raising their eyebrows asking, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this?" But it didn't take long for him to embarrass her. Keyshia publicly admitted on Instagram that she was missing AB a lot, seemingly confirming that there were real feelings involved. But instead of reciprocating, Antonio jumped on live and hit her with the "We don't want you, Keyshia."
Traditional, you heard? Keyshia Cole, like, you know, like, I'm a player, man. We don't want you, Keyshia. Stay on my word. You heard?
Then her relationship with Huncho began in 2024 and quickly gained attention due to their 18-year age gap. She was 42 and he was 24. Things heated up fast with Keyshia claiming him publicly and Huncho gifting her a pink Maybach for her birthday. But drama soon struck when rapper Glossa posted intimate photos with her and Huncho, sparking cheating rumors even after Keyshia got his name tatted on her. Even after openly admitting that Huncho doesn't take her on dates.
I ain't been on a date in a long time, to be honest with you. I ain't trying to snitch on Huncho. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? That was sad thing to say. I should have said that. My bad.
People really love Keyshia Cole. They hate her relationship choices, but they love her. What's interesting about Keyshia's career is that she comes off like she doesn't know that she's the Keyshia Cole. She has songs that are classics, songs that are legitimately never gonna die, songs that your children will sing for generations. Keyshia Cole is an amazing talent who has always been popular amongst the people. But in the industry, she's not an appreciated talent. And I think she doesn't feel like her contributions matter. Because although we recognize Keyshia, the industry doesn't. Keyshia has never received an award for her music. She doesn't get invited to a lot of red carpet events. Even though she has timeless records and Billboard success, the industry disregards Keyshia's career.
Back in 2010, you were mad at MTV for not inviting you to the VMAs. They told you weren't an MTV artist.
Yeah, they told me that.
Has anything changed? Did they invite you this year?
No. You know, I don't think I've ever gotten an award in my 10 years of being an artist, and I still made millions and millions of dollars, you know, like, so it's just an awkward position to be in, being that the awards didn't bring money. I mean, I don't know how it feels to get an award, or I don't know if it brings more money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in my place, and I'm happy in my place. It's not like I'm not, you know, doing successful things with my job, and so I don't want to look at it like I need an award or anything like that. You know?
So when you see videos like this of other greats like Usher giving Keyshia her flowers,
hold on, let me see. That's what you did, baby. Come on.
You realize that Keyshia deserves her flowers, and it's time that she's gotten it. And make sure you use my ScentBird promo code Clarissa55 to get 55% off your first month. Happy scent hunting! But let me know what you guys think about this video down below, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Toodles!